Welcome, Gemini, to your Astro Dice reading for September. I hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Okay, my friends, let's see what's going on with you. We do have that lunar eclipse this month on the 17th or the 18th, depending on where you are in the world. Excuse me. Yes, and of course we have that fall equinox going on. So let's see what's going on with you, my friends. Best messages coming out. I do have the new moon is already up, so if you've missed that, you can go ahead and look for that in the playlist. Okay, that is going to be for the 2nd. Want to make sure that was up really quick, so that way you guys can prepare to let go and get your meditations going. And don't forget, if you need help on those meditations, I do have my 2nd channel. You can find that in the description area. Okay, it is called Relaxing Whispers Meditation. It's all about meditation, relaxation. Okay, let's get in here and see what's going on with you, my friends. Best message. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. Best message. Look at that. Got some Saturn coming out. I haven't seen that one in a while. In fact, I think you're the first one to have Saturn this month. Wow. Okay, got some Cancer in the 5th house, going to that house of love and romance and things that you create. Wow. Okay, I think you're the first one to get, well, Saturn and the 5th house. Wow, guys. Okay, the part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. And doing it with some Cancerian energy. The energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, loving, and it may concern family, a mother, or a child. Just talking about that love, that sensitivity, that family. And going straight into the 5th house. 5th house is where you have fun, romance, create things you are proud of. Okay. So let's see what's going on. Getting straight into the situation. Situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. So the Saturn is the part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. So you're going to be challenged with something something troubling, that's going to allow you to gain wisdom from the situation. Okay, let's see. Best messages coming out for the beginning of the month. Victim mentalities. You might have somebody that's trying to play victim. That's troubling. That's troubling in itself. Okay, so keeping your courage going strong, and keeping your optimism. So even though you have this person who is playing victim around you, you are still trying to keep your courage and your optimism strong. So it does feel like this challenge is very troubling. But it's also demonstrating how strong you are keeping yourself and how positive you're trying to keep yourself as well. So when it comes to this situation, interesting. You guys are so strong. You're just like, nope, I'm not going to listen. I'm not listening to your nonsense. So whether this is a marital problem or it's just a romantic problem, or we will see. But it's almost like you're being very sensitive about the situation. But you could also feel like maybe they're being oversensitive as well with that Cancer, right? Because of that victim mentality. Nothing seems to be going their way. Regret, failure, disappointment. So they are having some regrets and some failures and some disappointment. They do feel that loss and that grief, but yet they want to play victim about the situation. It's kind of interesting. So it's kind of like on the outside, they want to act like, they didn't do it. They want to play victim about the situation, but yet in the inside, they know, right? They know that that they've messed up, right? They know it, but they don't want to express it, right? So they would rather play victim around the situation. Okay, so then we have the courage over here. Clarify on the courage, please, for the beautiful Gemini is the Chariot. Going strong, keeping that courage. Courage on top of courage. Wow, with the Chariot in Cancer with a Cancer card. So it's saying you're just continuing on your journey in the direction that you know you're supposed to be in. Whether this is, you know, a detrimental relationship or not, you're just kind of like, I'm not going to see it. You know, I'm not listening to your nonsense. I'm just doing me. That's really what it is. And continuing on my way. Yes. So over here with the optimism, you are staying strong for the Ace of Pentacles. You know that you still have abundance. You know you're still going after your manifestations, your dreams, your career. Like I said, it's really about you, really doing you and not allowing this nonsense to affect you. Okay. That's very good. Because I see that that's exactly what you're seeing it as, Gemini. You're seeing it as nonsense. In the mid-month, you have some happy success. Nice. That's better. So the challenge that you're seeing is like you're having happy success against the challenge. So it's almost like you gain the wisdom that, right? We'll see exactly, you know what I mean? That, yeah, I have a discovery. Hidden motivations in the discovery. So what is the discovery? The discovery is that what you've discovered, right, within that situation. So happy success, hidden motivations, and discovery. So pulling back the veil over here to see exactly what's going on within the situation. It's almost like you see that things are more promising than, you know, than they are really detrimental. Like this person, you know, could get out of this situation for the 10 of Cups. So it's almost like they're becoming more aware. So it was almost like to the point where it's like you exercise some extreme caution towards the situation, you know, by just kind of removing yourself from the situation, waiting for them to come back around. With the hidden motivations, there was some self-development over here. This person does feel like they were uninspired, very non-motivated, where you had all the motivation. So it was like the woe is me. I know I've screwed up, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to admit it, right? Everybody's against me kind of scenario. But they're kind of understanding that they are putting all this energy into a misdirected, you know, energy and activities. So you might feel like, okay, well, that's fine, right? They're going to do what they're going to do. But you're also coming to the discovery that this is kind of like where the point is where they're lacking the discipline, because even though they're coming back around and they want the happy success with you, there's still this kind of reckless behavior that's going on, and you're kind of noticing this pattern. So you're kind of noticing a pattern this month with them and the way that they're behaving. So it's almost kind of like, first they're in victim mentality, then they want to come back and have happy success with you, but they want to misdirect all that energy and all of that stuff that was going on in the beginning of the month toward, you know what I mean, towards something else. And you're kind of, this is where you're recognizing, this is where the challenge, this is where you're gaining the wisdom that, you know what, they're not going to take responsibility for that situation. And instead they're very reckless about what's going on. And now it just feels like they're kind of misdirecting the whole situation. See what I'm saying? To something else, like we're just going to be happy now with that, because they're still not taking responsibility for that behavior, for that victim mentality, for what they've messed up, even though they know they messed that up. But if I misdirect it, oh my gosh, it's almost like a child. But if I, you know, if I detach from that situation, maybe they won't, you see what I'm saying? Maybe Gemini won't see it the way it really was. Like, we're just going to act like it didn't happen. That's literally what it feels like in the mid-month. It feels like they act like it didn't even happen. They didn't play victim. I didn't do any of that. It was everybody else's fault. But now I'm just going to misdirect the whole conversation and everything towards, see what I'm saying? Towards just let's be happy and everything's fine. So it's kind of like whether or not you're able to really improve this situation with them. They want to keep the happy success. They want to, you know, make everything glittery gold over here with you. And you know, that's what they want. And you're kind of discovering, is this kind of a control issue? Is this how they're going to control the situation? You do have the Emperor in reverse with a discovery. And, you know, that's showing reckless behavior. That's showing that they're kind of controlling a situation out of lack of discipline and acceptance of their own behavior. by turning the situation around. For some of you, you might even feel like they're playing victim, trying to blame you for the situation, right? They didn't do it. It was your fault. Definitely whatever it is, right? It was woe is me, whether it's aimed at you or not. So we have the travel in reverse. Wow. The great achievement in reverse. Wow. Come on, guys. And the status quo. It looks like your status quo. If you're creating anything, let me just tell you something right now. If you've been creating things, let's just change this up for just 1 second, okay? Because of the status quo here, it kind of like going this way. If you've been having a hard time because you're blocked, and it could be because of this person as well, acting out this way, which is kind of blocking your creativity. It's kind of like you're still trying your hardest to put out that new career, to put out those opportunities with the Ace of Pentacles. And you do have this, like, the blockage is not 100%. You see what I'm saying? Like, you feel like you're a little blocked from the creativity. I'm having a hard time, or I'm not, I'm trying to make fun as much as I can, even though I'm dealing with this situation. It does say that anything that you are creating, you're going to overcome that blockage. You're not going to have, this person is not going to, be successful in blocking your studies or your creativity. Okay. You're still going to be able to do the things that will make you proud as you've been working towards. Okay. So the great achievements in reverse is just saying that the achievements that you were looking for within this relationship is just not as, it lacks the mutual, let's put it this way. Yeah. It lacks the mutual harmony that you're really looking for. Because when you discover that, you know what, maybe this is the way of controlling the situation, if this is the way they're going to be, it's just not what I want. Okay. So, yeah. But you're definitely still trying to travel in the, give me the travel in reverse is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, because of the friction. It's not traveling the way you want it to go. So because of the discord, so it does look like they're coming back. They're still trying to, it's almost like they're doing the same thing again. Becoming very argumentative about the situation. You're trying to keep the sun in joy. Well, there goes that creativity with the sun. It's almost like, okay, but I'm, you know what, even though I'm not achieving what I want from the relationship, there it is, from this relationship, I'm still being very generous with myself. It shows that you still are very emotional and that, you're being very sensitive to the situation, even though you understand the underlining, almost feels like we're going to say an underlining goal of this person is to get away with whatever they're getting away with without having to own up, okay, to the situation. They're acting very foolish, but your creativity is going very well. And when it comes to other family members and other things around you, you have the sun. So no matter what they're doing, you're still going strong still. And you're getting some blessings going on with those happiness and, continuing to do what you do, allowing your status quo to be the King of Wands. You're saying, I see the bigger picture of this situation. I'm overcoming this challenge because I get it. I totally get it. So I love it at the end of the month that it says, the part of you that accepts the challenge to gain the wisdom, you have done so with the King of Wands, with overcoming the challenges, finding out, where their maturity lies is not where you want it to be at this month. This month, they're not doing very good. It's kind of a suspicious, mistrustful energy and very conflicting for sure. Guys could be dealing with a Cancer, Capricorn, Aries. I just said Aries, and there goes the Knight of Wands. I see the Aries up here, though, with the Emperor. But, yeah, you're seeing that all of a sudden, where you become more happy about the situation and ignoring that situation. That's really what it feels like, because that's what you've been doing this whole time. You're like, I'm not dealing with that. The more that you do that, and the more they become impatient, the more they want to become more scattered, and then reckless again. It causes more conflict because it's almost like aren't you paying attention to me? I'm telling you I'm frustrated, but you're like, it's like, I don't know what more they really want from you. I mean, you're already showing sensitive, you're being very sensitive with them. It's not like you're not fighting back against them. You're just okay, whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? And then continue on your way. But at the end of the month, when they see that you're really having fun and that you're doing yourself and really getting out there and spreading your wings to fly with the sun over here, that causes even more frustration with them, because it's almost like now they're going to play victim again, and now they want you to be more smothering towards them, and they're becoming more impatient and conflicted within themselves, and which could actually cause conflict on the outside with you as well. Okay, because the more conflict that they have, but it's just showing that you're just staying very strong about the situation. Trying to give out that love. I see, and with the 10 of Cups, it looks like you're just trying to keep the happy family bliss going on and the family contentment going on as much as possible. But it is kind of crazy because towards that lunar eclipse, they kind of switch into this happy, dreamy person with you. It's like they're trying to restore that control of emotion within themselves. But it's a different kind of control. You're going to notice it's a different kind of control. So you would say that it looks more promising during the mid-month, but then it just kind of feels like where you're planting your seeds and working hard, they're kind of, yeah, trying to get away with it again. It's the same thing. It's like they just return back to. But now the only difference is it feels like they're more, like I said, the only difference is that now it feels like it's more of a smother of a look at me more than the play the victim up there is. It's a little bit of a different kind of play victim. Almost to the point where they don't feel like they're getting that attention. It almost feels like you're dealing with a child. I don't have enough pages, though, to say you're dealing with a child. I mean, if you know you're dealing with a child, then that's fine. I mean, this is the fifth house of romance. I mean, you could say my partner's acting like a child, literally. I don't have any pages here to say that, my spouse and I are dealing with, a child, and it's, deflecting our relationship and we're trying to hold it tight. Now, if you know that that's the scenario, then that could be it. Because it just feels like you're keeping your family together as much as you can. But for the majority of you, it's like this lover, this spouse, this, partner is acting like a child. Okay, guys. Let's see what the overall card is for the reading. Actually, I'm going to grab some tarot cards. I mean, you got the sun already, so I mean, no matter how against the grain the relationship is going, you already have the sun. So, overall message for the reading, please. Holding your own. It can't get any worse. And just kind of keeping to yourself. And the bottom of the deck is the Hangman. And everything will balance itself out to be justified with the Empress. Okay. Okay, then. So, I mean, I don't know how to do this. And then this is what's coming, and then this is the ending. Everything's going to balance itself out. I mean, if you're getting a divorce, you're getting a divorce, right? With the Justice card for your own self-development. Otherwise, it just says it's going to balance itself out and everything will return back to nurturing. It could just be a part of the very end of Mercury retrograde. Just kind of what we always call it, kind of say like those spark offs, right? But it also could be, that, I mean, we've had a lot of big portals going on. It could just be lack of energies. There's so many energies in the air still, too. But a lot of people are shifting as well. So I mean, you know, things happen. But like I said, it's kind of crazy though, because the lunar eclipse seems to want to calm them down. Where it's kind of like the new moon wants to make them all, you know, kind of jacked up, emotional. But, you know, maybe it's even a run over for some of you as well from the end of last month. So, okay. Let's go ahead and also grab a life purpose card for you, my beautiful Geminis. This message coming out for you is, well, the Justice card. There it is again. Your career brings fairness, protection to others, and you who need your help. And it does look like, you know, for a lot of you, it doesn't look like you're really giving up on this person. It just looks like you're just giving them room, you know, room to do whatever they're going to do. Like I said, if you're getting a divorce and you've had enough, you know, take it however it resonates for you. For a lot of you, you're just waiting for everything to balance out. They're just going through some really, really hardship right now and they want to play victim. And you're just like, okay, but you can play victim over there. I've got things to do, right? And just trying to be as loving and caring as possible through their worries and their, you know, losses and griefs and disappointments. Okay. Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.